City above, city below. Nonsense. There is only the city. My city. When they stripped me of my mask, they asked me, as tradition dictates, if I was ashamed. I answered in the affirmative. But it was not the cold wind on my face that shamed me, or the eyes of the mob, or my own deeds and failings. It was this, that we Aelfir should be so weak, so frightened, as to turn away from destiny. The Vermissian was meant to be a stair to glory, and we stumbled at the first step. The heart promises infinite power, infinite glory. What is the point of spire if not to pierce the uttermost heart? What is our city if not a machine for reaching that destiny? The teeming mob are fodder for the delves. All artifice and sorcery must ultimately be put to singular purpose. If not me, who will have the courage to descend?
Above, despair. Below, hope. Between, the grave. Consider this in your prayers. That which hungers forever must ultimately consume itself, and in that consumption, find fulfillment.
You want a good shotgun for work below, eh?
We are back. Heart, the city, beneath. We're continuing our campaign of Dagger in the Heart. And we are starting chapter 3, which is called From Above. Just that, from above.
From above.
So below.
Above.
It devours.
And I would say we're getting maybe into close to the halfway point of this campaign. As the chapters will pick up pace as we get close to the end. But, as I mentioned last time, the game is a little bit more open now. You've discovered the mysteries of the Eastern Express. You've discovered your map, which takes you to the Amarin Zone, which is where all of the heart energy is being released by the delving machine. You as delvers now have a material way to reach the heart and what you most desire. But you need to work out where to go. I'll get there.
You're saying we feel like if we get the Amarin Zone, that's as good as getting to the heart, because that's where we can get the energies. It's not a case that we actually have to get to the heart itself. Getting to the Amarin Zone is quote unquote good enough.
Well,
is that word?
as far as we know, the description that Olly gave about the map was that when Goshan looked at the map through the kinethoscope, it displayed a sort of loose mapping of all of these locations, which were the different stations on the line, and one of them was the Amarin Zone, or like in the middle of the Amarin Zone, and that there was a sort of pulsing red light to this spot on the map, and all the indications were that that this was a route deeper into the heart, because the tiers in heart, like as you go up a tier, you get close, you go down, effectively closer to the heart itself, right?
So it could be the case that the Amarin Zone there's like a leak or a path directly to the heart, hence where the energy is coming from. So it's more like it's
the implication.
The best act, but of course, no. Take nothing with a grain of salt. Take everything with a grain of salt. Take nothing as
much trust.
But as good as we get. Nice. Okay. Cool.
Yes, and from my understanding, if you would try to reach the heart normally, you would get to tier 4, and then there'd be so much weird shit and crazy monsters and stuff. There's a good chance you'll die. So as delvers, your dream is to have something like this, which is like some sort of map, kind of pseudo map, which can take us to a place where it is almost a fast track, really.
Ooh, like that.
to the core of the heart. But I did ask you guys where you would like to potentially revisit on your way back to the surface, because the start of the map, you're going to have to head back to tier 1. So I know that Milo mentioned Tollembrood, the bridge town, but he's not here. So I don't know if you guys want to do that as well, or if there's anywhere else.
Well, the long-term goal would be
as well.
To get to Thingamabob, the city, right? The larger haven that's name we all of us keep forgetting.
Yeah,
Derelictus.
That's the boy.
Because
we didn't know where that was, did we?
No, we've not been there yet. That's the nearest point on the map to.
You'll be able to find. That's basically the entrance way to the heart, the city beneath. So if you just go up, you'll find your way to Derelictus. It's the bit between Spire and below.
How do Soshar and Ambrosia feel about the idea of going back to Bridgetown?
Neutral?
Soshar's indifferent. Last time he was there, he was blackout drunk.
It's like you'd be pretty much in favour of it then.
But that's only because that's the last big. Say big. It wasn't that big. That was the last main settlement we went to that was safe, right? That's why we're heading there.
Yeah, it's the one we know. It's a location we know how to get ourselves back to at this point.
Yeah.
We need to get back to the surface. We need to get back to like Bloomin'.
Yeah.
Looks and notes the pub.
Because the other name we had was Mogwon Porth, but we didn't know where that was, or at least I know Soshar did not know where that was.
All we know about that is that it is far, far away, and that the train was trying to get there and failed.
Yeah.
Can't we? Oh, well, that's probably too far away. Can't we just literally go back all the way up to the pub, the Last Orders, the first place we ever went to? Is that not surely the most top surface, or is that too far?
That was pretty close to tier. That was tier 1, yeah. So that was pretty close to Derelictus, I'd say.
It was at the time we weren't sure if we wanted to go all the way back up to the surface, or if we wanted to go back a bit and then find another route down. That's what I think we were deciding last time.
Goshan is our map reader and our delver, and so Goshan's kind of the follow him to the end of the earth. But my understanding was that we kind of need to almost go back up top and start again in a way. So we could just go all the way back to the beginning. Or if you want to stop off, also fine.
I think like the only character that had a particular motivation, I don't feel like Milo was like completely in love with it necessarily, to go to Bridgetown was Kael. Goshan is now about as obsessed as he has been with any of the other immediate obsessions he's had. He's now obsessed with finding the Emirian Zone, like getting close to the heart. The deeper we get, the more weirdo magic items there's going to be, and the more chance he's going to find more shards of Askur. So, sounds like we're all pretty pro going to Derelictus.
Yeah, I mean,
the question becomes, when the heart senses that in our minds, what happens?
So I think you can. The best course of action that you would know is to retrace your steps, which means the landmarks you'll probably go through. You probably will end up. I think Tollembrood was the last haven. You may have to avoid Coin Pit, as that was taken over by Ptolemy Bay.
Oh God, yeah.
And then there was Tooth Alley was also.
Oh yeah, that was really early on. The dentistry village.
Dentistry village. All change, please. And so, I think you do after some days, maybe a week, you make your way back through Tollembrood, as it seems to be the only way to get from one part of the heart to the other. So you are having to go through here. Do you intend to stop and maybe have a rest up? I know you've got some stress to deal with, maybe some fallout.
Some mind, I'm fine.
Yeah, I think I would very much like to try and clear some blood stress, and ideally a fallout as well. I'd like to get rid of my I've written blessing of shit because I couldn't remember the something blessing it was.
Oh, with the blessing of forgiveness or whatever it was called.
The bioweapon that was on the train. I have a special fallout from it. That means my next 3 tests are baned.
What category was that?
Blood.
Okay, so at the only inn, you can do up to D10 blood, D12 supplies, which means you can exchange a resource of that level, dice level, to get that much healing back.
Right. What have I got?
So you can do a minor clear, or you can drop a major to a minor, I think. Is that right, Hodge? I can't remember.
I can't remember the specifics on clearing, actually, but I can get them up.
So, sorry,
I know you
saying
looked to me for rules.
can we clear a major fallout, or are you saying downgrade to mine? I'm trying to think my fallout of delve, not be able to delve anymore. Is that removable or downgradable, or?
Was that a major fallout?
I think it was, yes, because I died, basically.
This is making me remember that it's very important to, like, when you record a fallout, to specifically put under severity which type it is.
I think yours, that one was a minor, actually, Alex. But
if it's ongoing...
It is minor. So I have...
Ongoing, it does say, finally, the GM might
D6.
decide to remove fallout because it makes sense in the fiction. But ongoing ones can't just be removed without getting to... Yeah, the easiest way to remove ongoing fallout is to access a haunt with the appropriate resistance tag and pay for their services by spending resources.
Oof.
It costs D6 resource to remove minor fallout and D8 to downgrade major to minor. Or the GM can just say, yeah, get rid of it.
Yeah, I'll say Goshan, your one just goes with time as the effects pass, I'd say.
Okay. A, that's kind, but also B, trying to be unbiased about it. I feel like that makes some sort of sense. Like,
yeah,
I'm no longer breathing in
yeah,
the magic sarin, so cool.
and it would have been days
Happy about that.
since then. So,
can I also spend resource to get to clear some blood stress, or is that?
yeah. Yar yar.
Yar.
And for my major fallout, what can we do with that? So,
You can reduce it to a minor for D8 resource. D8, yeah.
Does depend on anyone in Bridgetown wanting to buy my D8 technology or my D8 occult.
I don't have any resources.
Then you cannot get it
Do you
at a
start one?
landmark.
Do we still have any resources?
I did. I have a pocket full of tiny cogs and gears, but that's just D4 technology, I think. No, D6 technology, I remember, but equally useless.
Wasn't Tollembrood the place that wanted us to contribute technology and wires and things?
Yeah.
But was that freely give up, or was that actually...
Yeah, that was for,
thing, but they did want...
An
technology.
implied side quest to do with the airship, I think, rather than the local economy.
I think it's any resource. I can't see any.
Oh, I've got, yes. Okay, that's what it is. I've got a D6 occult. I've got a heart's bloom rose in a glass jar. But that's still not enough. Then you need D8 of something, correct?
Yeah. I think I did say as well about loot and stuff in different areas. That's normally where you get resources from in this game.
Yeah, it's tricky, isn't it? Because it's the core gameplay loop that is so much not like kill the enemy loot.
Yeah, break the body.
Yeah.
Like, even I'm not
have to
looting.
remember.
Yeah.
to try and narrate. Okay, I'm exploring this environment, and I think I'm going to try and find some of this sort of stuff. You know. So, did you just say that that they did want my technology for a heal or not?
I think so. I think when you come back into Tollembrood, it does feel like things have changed quite a bit. And the first thing you notice is that the airship, where it used to stand, it looks like quite a lot of progress has been made on constructing it. Like there's canvas on this over the skeleton, but it looks like it hasn't been added to in quite a while. In fact, you can start to see rust and growth growing on the frame of the airship. It looks like it's been there for, years, not a couple of weeks. And likewise, the rest of the town looks more overgrown, dilapidated than when you last saw it.
We've been gone longer than I thought.
I'm starting to feel as though terms like longer not in any meaningful sense apply here. We could have arrived before we left.
No, it was not overgrown, and that was not done when we left. We're definitely here, back now after we left.
Okay, maybe I'm getting a little ahead of myself.
unless it was like this before we got here and it changed before we got
No.
We got
I'm not just starting to think my way.
Stop! No.
I like the chaos of it all.
I do not
Made me
know.
happy.
We are here most certainly after we left. Because we left, and now we are back.
But did we leave before we
No,
got here?
time goes forward.
I see no proof in this crazy.
So Back to the
Mixed
Future
up
was
place.
just a bunch of bullshit.
What I really like about this is that Soshar has properly latched onto it as something that's annoying him. Instead of just ignoring all the nerdy chat like normal.
Yeah, no.
It's like, no.
This hurts my head. No, go forward.
So I was reading the great chapter in the book, The World of Heart, in the main court rulebook, and how they measure time in the city beneath is they don't use months or years, they use pulses. And it's basically when the heart changes, and apparently it just changes every now and again. And so they'll say that was a few pulses ago, or that was wait until next pulse.
It's cool.
And a character can discern when the current pulse will change with a successful discern and wild or curse check. So, if you do want to discern how many pulses have been and gone, you may try.
I'll try. I'll try and sense the pulse. Get my finger on the pulse. What are the domains here?
So the check is just wild or cursed for this check.
It's no good for me, so it's just discern. So we'll double dice. Oh, okay.
It's a success with a bit of stress. Let me just see what the little bit of stress is. D6. Let's do a bit of D6. Let's do a bit of echo stress. That's 4 echo stress.
Ooh.
What does that put you on? Probably less than 10. So let me roll to see which the pulse is. 4. So you sense, Goshan, you are in the pulse of swelter. When it grows uncomfortably hot and the beasts are angry.
Going to say bees or beasts?
Beasts.
Okay.
It could be bees as well. Could be included in beasts.
It could be bees. Bee.
I feel like I know the answer to this. Is there a linear progression of pulses that will allow us to know that this one is 6 ones after where we were here before?
So it says, the city beneath has seasons, just like the city above, but they are inscrutable to most of the inhabitants. The heart moves through 7 broad states, and judging when it's going to change from one to the other is a mark of an experienced delver. Each time the city changes, the inhabitants will mark a pulse. Timekeeping is a ramshackle, unreliable practice that can infuriate visitors from the city above. So I think you would, as an experienced delver, would know that this is the third pulse. And I would say that last time you were here, it was at least 4 pulses ago. It was the drip pulse, when water flows through the city in trickles and torrents. But it could have gone all the way around once, or it could have been just 4 pulses, you don't know.
Okay. Well, at the very least, this place has gone through many phases of change since last we were here. You're welcome for that highly insightful advice.
Time goes forward. That's the main thing.
I think as well, you see that chapel that you saw, that you went into, Goshan, with Kael, and it is expanded and it is covered in like mossy growth and sort of plant life that is glistening.
I am here.
With moisture.
Ooh. Yes.
And the smell of the sort of rot wind fills your nostrils as you go past.
Oh, I don't like.
And as you head towards the only inn to get some much needed healing, people start to appear out of the buildings, out of the chapel and the inn, and they all seem very, very drab and old and weighed down. And they all walk onto the bridge in front of you, and they start going towards you, Goshan, and they start reaching out towards you. And one of them gets close to you, almost falls into you with their mouth to your ear and says, "It is enlightenment that you seek. You will find it in the service of the one who waits." And then he gets pulled away by somebody else. And somebody else comes towards you and says, "Enlightenment, we have it. You can have it as well. Just seek the one who waits." And they're all clamoring and hoarsely whispering this to you.
Yes. I have heard of this person. I do. Can anybody tell me anything more about them other than that they are waiting?
The one who waits. The one who waits.
Yes,
the one who
yes.
waits.
I am currently the one who waits for more information about this person. Can you at least point us to where we can find them?
The one that's currently in front of you places a hand quite firmly on your chest. Says, "In here. You will find him in here. You just need to believe. He will deliver us from the false gods."
I see. And how is he going to do that?
There's like murmurs in the crowd. The one who waits. He says that one of them says the heart will give him the power to destroy the gods and deliver us and create a society for us below, and we shall never be hunted or scared again.
Soshar definitely scoffs at that.
Forgive my friend. Forgive my friend, he is a hopeless skeptic. I myself follow truth wherever it leads. And will be glad to find out more about this one who waits. What is it that you are all doing to bring about your great future?
We must spread the word. The more believers, the more the heart will listen, and the more power shall be given to the one who waits. It is only a matter of time, but we will spread our message.
Well, that is a pleasant coincidence, isn't it? Isn't it, my friends? For we are on a journey to Derelictus, our great metropolis, elsewhere in the heart, and would be happy to help spread your message. Isn't that right, Soshar, Ambrosia? If we, only had a little food and water and a place to sleep for a little while here.
Yes, if you had D2 resources, I would be very happy to spread your message for you. Translated to in-game, whatever that would be in terms of a real-world value. I don't know how you explain that amount of stuff I need to a in-game person. What was that NPC? What was that in-game person?
Pocket change, that would be D2, probably.
Well, right. Some of us don't have bugger all, so you know.
Got a little collection tin, do you?
Yes.
The crowd starts to part, and one by one it's almost like they're sort of waking up from a dream state and realise that they're in the middle of the bridge, and they just confusedly go back to where they all came from.
Well, on the good news is they don't appear to have remembered or been offended by my subterfuge. The bad news is they don't appear to remember my subterfuge. So
you win some, you lose some.
Aptly put, lady. So I fear we will have to trade as normal for the beds and food that we want. Still,
Yes.
that was fucking weird.
It is definitely ranking quite high on the weird scale.
Evidently, whatever mental force is beginning to infect the priest that Kael and I met has spread, just like the mush on the buildings.
Although I'm not sure spreading their message will go well with Kael.
Well, that would assume that we were actually going to spread their message, of which I had no intention.
Ignore me then. Sorry, carry on. How silly of me.
I recognize only one faith, and that is the faith of infinite knowledge, infinite vision, the 5,000 glasses. A lady. Well, I have a few cogs and gears in my pocket. Perhaps we should seek that bed for the night before we make our way to Derelictus.
Yes, resting is the primary objective for now.
Sweet.
All right.
See you into.
Feel free to spend some resource then to do some heals.
So look, I only have bloody D6. Bloody D6. Now, if you remember.
Now then.
If you remember.
Then
During the last raid of technology in that trade, I turned it down thinking I could get a beat off of it, and I didn't. So I think I'd like to retcon that, so I get a little bit of technology.
I know you
from
tried to retcon that.
I'd like to try again.
Can't blame a Mike for trying.
I think Goshan took it all. That was what happened. You have to ask him to have shared it.
Okay. Can I use my bees to steal out of his pocket? Little.
Well, you can't control them.
Pockets.
You can't control your bee.
I will soon. If you'd let me have, with everything would be sold if that had been my major beat. You see, I'd have the ability, I'd have the tech, it'd be all good. But no.
Major beat.
Major beat.
Right. I have got D8 occult and D8 technology. So if those two commodities are tradable in this settlement, then I will give one of those to Ambrosia in order to buy, some healing herbs and a bed for the night alongside mine.
You do remember.
I would also like to spend D6 technology to bring down my supply stress.
Is it D8? Was that for a minor?
D6 for a minor, D8 for a major.
Right. Goshan, remember how I gifted you the dimensional barometer to negotiate?
You already said if they were both going to give you some.
I know, but I haven't role-played it yet, have we?
Sorry, I thought you were negotiating again.
No, I was just kind of showing what the conversation might have gone
Sorry,
like,
I do apologise in that
that's
case.
fine. No, that's all right. That's all good. And you're of such good heart, and I believe I'm so well placed. Well, that said, if I can delve again, I would want my barometer back. But we'll talk about that later. For now, if you'll do me the great honor of bequeathing a small amount of your occult or technology resources, I could use it for some rest and recuperation.
If you saw the minerals that have encrusted the inside of my heart, you would not be so sure. But I do remember the trade we made. And let it not be said that I do not honor my deals. And he produces an animal bone.
Ooh.
Tied around it with like little dyed leather strips and bits of animal hair and little totems, and hands it over.
And Brody gives it a little chew just to check, it's the real deal. This will suffice. You are a kind, crusted-hearted person.
So yeah, I gave you D8 occult.
I need D2. You don't have to go crazy, but obviously D8 would be wonderful. But don't feel like you have to go that far.
I don't know if they're divisible.
I don't know.
I think they're divisible. Let's just say.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Feel free to keep D6. That's.
But don't forget, Mikey. It's D8 to decrease it from a major to a minor. So to fully get rid of it,
sure,
it would be D8.
I'll give you the D8. I'll give you the D8 to bring your fallout down.
Oh well, that would wait. Yeah, that would clear it completely. That'd be 14. So actually, that would help me, but
it's done.
It is done.
Gracious, crusty man. Thank you.
I've heard that. Sick. Okay, and in the actual resting that we are now participating in, I get rid of that bioweapon fallout. But I'm also going to, if possible, spend D8 worth of technology, trading little bits of kind of scrap gizmos and stuff from the train, to, one of the people associated with the airship, in exchange for, warm bed, some beer, some food, some bandages, and clear. Is it just D8 blood stress, or
Yeah, if that's what you're spending.
maybe?
I'd like to spend D6 in the same way of looking
Yeah!
clear up some
Big
supply stress, but looking for that bed and everything, class that kind of as supplies.
Mm-hmm.
See how far I get.
It's a good thing Kael isn't here to convince you to do his ministrations for healing.
Ah, well, I did some. I got the supplies down by the one.
What was your resource?
Spare capacitism wires that I took from the factory where we had the mushroom people.
And we said that was going to be a airship control unit, but I guess it's not.
That I then they well, last time we were here, they asked me for, and I was like, oh yeah, I've got a bunch of spare wires and things, and then they took it to think I was trying to fight them.
Yep.
And then I was like, well, I'm keeping them then. And also not fighting you right now, but maybe later. And so now they've somehow ended up with my wires and capacitors still, just from the sounds of it, many years later.
Yeah. They're like, wait a minute. I remember giving this to you 3 years ago.
No, you came for them 3 years ago. I kept them from you 3 years ago. No, wait, 2 weeks ago. It wasn't 3 years. Don't mess with me like that.
It was only yesterday.
It was yesterday.
It was only 3 weeks. Yeah, well, anyway, we could do that all day. So as you go into the only inn, capital O, capital I,
I forgot that's what it's called again.
you start trading away your resources for some food and some rest. And the dilapidation has taken place inside here as well. It's a lot less busy than you remember. The barman who you saw before seems to have advanced in age. That seems unnatural. But you do recognise one person in here, actually. Soshar. You recognise your old Hound pal, Cashin.
Are they looking older?
Pardon?
Are they looking significantly older?
They're not looking too bad. I wouldn't say that they looked... It was another Gnoll, right?
Yeah.
So you would be able to tell. I don't think they look years older. They look maybe, I don't know,
A few weeks since I last saw them, right?
Yeah, exactly. They've got some. Last time you saw them, it was in that coin pit battle. Yeah. They've got some injuries on like a bandage, presumably from that fight. So they can't have been that long. And,
Brother, it is good to see you survived.
Oh, and how did he talk?
I'll be honest, I don't remember either.
No, that was on my to-do list to go back and check. Anyway,
typical American cat girl.
I think it was just like Matthew McConaughey, weirdly.
Yeah. I think it was somewhere between those two, about 50%.
Somewhere. I think we both got a good memory of it.
Between those two.
All right, I'll try and do a on the spot Matthew McConaughey style Gnoll Hound voice from the heart of the city beneath. And he says, well, feels like I've been waiting a long time for you boys to come back round here. Good thing I found you, Soshar. I come bearing a message from a mutual friend. And
We don't have many mutual friends. We were friends. We did not share mutual friends.
And he says, "Oh well, in my capacity as a hound, I sometimes dabble in a bit of a courier service, delivering messages to hard to reach places. Somebody wanted to get into contact with you pretty soon. You know, something to do with, well, you know. And he kind of gestures towards Kael, who's, don't know, preaching or something in a corner.
I didn't think you had anything to do with them.
Oh, I personally try not to, but the money was too good to pass up to give you this message, and I know I could find you.
I'm going to assume this is a message I don't want to receive. Can I return to sender?
Says, well, if you don't respond to this message, I'd say you're better off staying down here, or they won't be able to find you for a few years.
No, they have my family. Better get it over with.
All right, and he hands you a kind of a small scrap of paper, and he sort of gestures towards Ambrosia, and he says, "Now I presume this is the Apiarist that you've been known to be traveling with."
Lady, yes.
Well, then I have something for you as well, miss. And he hands you a sort of a perfect scroll of wax paper.
Ooh, wax. Beeswax.
Produce of the deep Apiarists.
Wait, you say the scroll is made of wax or it's sealed with wax?
Made of wax.
Ooh.
I don't know how it works either.
I just got to imagine.
Ironically, it's sealed with paper.
Yes, it's got a little like. Yeah.
It's got a paper bow on it.
You're taking all kinds of messages at the moment.
Get me started.
Well,
I've got an email to take to Kael.
B-mail!
I don't even know what that is.
It's B-mail! I got a B-mail, guys.
I guess you did.
You sound buzzing about that.
I was checking my B inbox for
You've
my
got
B-mail.
the mail.
You got B-mail. She kind of retreats to a very suspicious, giving very suspicious eyes to the fella, but retreats into a cloud of bees to unfurl. What? Thin wax? I guess it's waxy. It could be kind of
She? Right?
very thin. Anyway, whatever it is, unfolds, decompresses the wax parchment to read what is upon it.
Yeah, Soshar will open his too.
And this is a
Grudgingly.
cool bit of lore that I learned, is that the deep Apiarists produce this wax paper because the perfection of the hive means that messages won't be altered by the heart's corruption if it's down there too long.
It's like kind of carving into stone. It's kind of permanent, kind of
Yeah.
unchangeable. Okay, that's cool.
So the letter for you, Ambrosia, is from an old colleague, another Aelfir named Truth Binds Valleys.
Ooh.
Do you remember this? Do you remember them?
Yes.
And they ask you to make as much haste as you can to Derelictus for a meeting that promises unique developments for the hive.
Oh. Oh. Exciting. She doesn't let off any excitement, but the bees do tend to start to buzz in a more excited manner. The connection to the
They form into OMG.
OMB.
God damn it.
O-by-B.
It's just BBB.
B-B-B.
Bell by bod. Soshar, do you read your note?
Nah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Sorry, no, fuck that. No, yes, of course I do.
I burn it.
Stare cashing
that.
down as I burn.
So yours
No.
is signed
Kael.
from Kael. Yeah, he's the big bad in this series. It's from your handler, who normally gives you instructions. The people who have your Corgi son, and it is instructions. It is instructions to also come to Derelictus for a meeting to give you your new orders.
So do these count as orders? Okay. Feels like they could have just given me the orders in here, rather than ordering me to come get orders.
And it does say to bring the penitent.
I will look begrudgingly at Kael. You've been summoned.
And sorry, I should mention it. Ambrosia, your letter asks you to bring any worthy Aelfir with you that you trust.
None.
Oh no, brightness sears the eyes. We'll go get them. Bring them along. We're fine. We're mates.
My best man, Nursey.
Yeah, we already met, haven't we? With the with that.
I think the implication was Goshan, but
Oh wait, it's Goshan and Aelfir.
Yeah.
Oopsie. Whoopsie doo.
Sorry, I missed this.
You'd rather.
it's okay. It's
you'd
okay.
rather-
You were just ignored entirely. Forgotten everything about Goshan.
Not
It
everything.
goes-
I just
it
forgot
goes
that
the
bit.
guy
Like just the worthy part.
It goes the guy who
Great point.
who read the letters of, then Goshan.
Yeah, that's it.
Well, I'm starting to feel left out. I don't have any post.
That's what I mean. Ambrosia's been asked to bring any trusted Aelfir with him.
And did you know that you
With
were an
her.
Aelfir?
Oh, I suppose that's me. I've never been referred to as trusted before.
Well, you did gift me that odd bone with flappy bits on it, so if that's not a sign of trust, what is?
I put the flappy bits on just for you.
No, thank you.
Well, there's at least 2 more reasons to go to Derelictus.
Indeed.
Goshan is quite curious though about what's happened here and why the airship has progressed but not done anything or left. And to get to the bottom of how everyone who lives here is apparently being turned into a cult without their knowledge. Like they're subconsciously being converted, but they don't seem to know they're being converted. So while these chaps are chatting to the barkeep and reading their letters, I guess Goshan will grab a drink and sit down next to their other customers sitting around.
A few, yeah.
He'll just sort of sidle up to the nearest table and be like, "I'm terribly sorry to interrupt, but is this seat taken?" And gesture to a seat.
You're heading for a group or just a lone person?
Let's say a group.
All right, you find a couple of people sat in their cups. One goes, oh no, please, please come join us. So, you must be one of those delvers, eh? Delved anywhere interested?
Many places. Many places. We saw a terrifying church, a construction site being patrolled by evil robots, a train. We found a train that had crashed, filled with a bioweapon and dead bodies. We've had a busy few pulses. What about you? What's new in Brigadoon, or whatever it is called?
Tollembrood.
Tollembrood.
Close.
And you'll remember last time you were here in this inn, they were all quite boisterous about building this airship and flying down into the chasm and discovering the goddess of the moon beneath, like just chilling down there. And now they seem a lot more deflated, I guess. All that sort of boisterousness is gone. And they say, oh, not much going on in Tollembrood. Guess we're just waiting for the one who waits to deliver us and to bring us the salvation that we have been waiting for. Then he kind of just drifts off.
Yes, of course. The one who waits is surely must be central to all of any of our plans. Why would we wish for anything else? But I wanted to ask. Last we were here, most of the town was working hard to create this airship to search below for something or other, some false god. What happened to that?
He says, well, you said it, mate. You said it. False god. What's the point of trying to reach a god who won't even listen to our prayers? He's happy for us to die, our children to die, for our bellies to be empty. We give our hearts to someone much more worthy these days. It was Thestra who taught us the way all those years ago, and we haven't looked back since.
See, Soshar? Years ago. Sorry, my friend.
Weeks.
My friend and I had a bet. Don't worry about it. Yes, well, a change to be celebrated, to be sure. To the one who waits.
Yeah, they just half-heartedly.
Well, this one who waits thing is Kael just like kind of crying in a corner, realizing his ministries are going nowhere here.
Crying that his beats are literally flopped onto the table in front of him, and he can't get them.
Yeah, that.
I'm kind of glad that Milo isn't here for that one specific reason, because I feel like him actively preaching for the Moon Lady right now would bring a lot of heat on us.
Yeah.
What was I going to ask them about? I was going to ask them about the Priestess Lady. Was the Priestess Lady that we met Thestra?
Mm-hmm.
Right. That is interesting. Because as I remember, I think I passed at least one discern check trying to work out if she was knowingly trying to convert
Yes.
me to whatever this magical voice was, and found that she was not knowingly trying to convert me to the magical voice. So whatever it is, infected her as well. Yes, indeed, Tistra, your erstwhile community leader. I'm glad to hear that her true prophetess nature is being honored. Where can we find her now? What is her mission now for the one who waits?
He looks up as he thinks, frowns. Oh, she left Tollembrood a while ago now. I can't exactly recall. Something about her needing to spread the message in other places in the heart.
Wouldn't happen to know where she went, by any chance. It wouldn't happen to be, for example, Detritus. Not Detritus.
Detritus. Derelictus.
Detrimentus.
Just think derelict from Zoolander.
Was she by any chance going to Derelictus?
Couldn't tell you, mate. Could not tell you. She didn't even say goodbye, to be honest.
Well, she left you with the path, a gift of truth and enlightenment.
That's right.
So, what's the plan now, friends? What are you doing tomorrow? We cannot just wait for the one who waits. He is waiting for us.
I mean, that's a good point. What do people do in the heart? What do these NPCs do?
I mean, they're
like
not
an
building
Oblivion.
the fucking airship anymore, are they? So
They live. They
Yeah,
just take it day by day.
yeah. It's like yeah. I run the local cobblers, so I mend shoes of passerbys.
Someone's got to do it.
Yeah.
we're not going to make the journey to the one who waits with bare feet, now are we?
No, sir.
There's that.
No, sir. He says, let me ask you a question, Delver. In all of your travels, have you ever seen evidence, divine evidence? Have you ever heard the message of the one who waits? Seen his signs?
I have, in our travels, had many messages and seen many signs. We lowly mortals can find these signs very difficult to interpret, as I'm sure you know. I can only imagine that they do come from the one who waits. But we have seen many dangers and many promises of greatness. We all follow our own paths. My friends and I follow a path that I believe will take us to Derelictus. And I believe that what we will find is part of his plan.
Oh, fair enough.
I think of an answer to that actually pushed for more information from this man. I also don't know if this man really has any more information for us to have. Yeah.
Yeah, well, it sounds like whatever, because you remember you were sort of led to Tollembrood by this feeling, right, from the cathedral.
Yep.
And it led you straight to that chapel, and it feels like whatever started there has done its job.
Yeah. I mean, that
Over the course of years, apparently.
feels difficult to progress this further within the village. Just a feaster might know more, but like, we still don't know what like the source of whatever. Oh shit! Sorry, 1 second.
But anyway.
Anyway, to be honest, I think Goshan's conversation with the random dude kind of run its course.
Fine. Okay. So I was asking the guys if they wanted to do anything in Tollembrood. They said no.
No, I think we.
So we can fast forward to Derelict.
Oh wow, great.
If you so wish.
Fine. Absolutely, I'm just trying to get my head around the logistics of it. We just go
Oh, I've got a good article.
and along, as it were, or it's on the little surface. It's on like the same level as it's on level 1 or 0, or it's a surface level city, isn't it? Or does it city?
It's tier 0.
Yeah. Which
So
means
it was supposed to be a big train station. It was part of the Vermissian network.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like the station where you would go at the start of before it went underground, basically.
But
Here's
yeah,
one I made
I
earlier.
mean, it's as surface as a thing can be where we are.
Correct.
Yes. But we're all in the deep anyway, so it's all everything underground. But
We knew the way back. We had a connection back.
yeah, we can get back. To the
You
past.
would have-
Well,
A lot of the connections would have been stable around this area. And
how did we get past the coin pit then?
you would have found a way.
That's boring.
To be honest, I would have made you do a delve, and I'm not interested in doing that for this.
All right. Wouldn't have minded. It was quite funding, consequence of our actions, being big cowards and retreating and leaving it to be fall into the
Yeah,
hands.
unfortunately, I'm doing what Alex said is the bad thing in his article, which is going GM hand wavery, yada yada. You appear at the place.
Love
The
that.
place
as well.
is really cool, so I'll forgive you. I really like this artwork.
Yeah. It's
Like, Higgledy
pretty-
Higgledy Fantasy City is one of like my favourite aesthetics of all
Yes.
humankind.
Yes, yes.
Higgledy fantasy city. Higgledy fantasy city. I'm going to say that a lot. I like it.
Exactly that.
So in Derelictus, there is basically you can buy anything that you want. You can purchase any service.
Not if you ain't got shit to buy with.
That is also true. you can
You can spend supplies to buy stuff.
Oh, can you? So you can take like supply damage.
You take
Stress.
supply stress to buy things, yeah.
That's cool.
That's
What
how
can
you...
buy?
Whatever you need, really.
Can I buy a bee controller? Like a little.
like a portable signal box.
Don't be silly. Those things are giant, Ollie.
You could house the bees in them.
That would be cool. The bee box. The bee
Remember
box.
what page it was on in the rules for that one, but page 100. That's where it starts to go through buying and selling.
Okay, great. Okay, never looked that far in the manual. Exciting.
Despite me saying to read the book every week, recommending to
Read the book every week.
No, I say to read it every week.
D4 stress for minor
Oh,
purchases, D8 for
Say-
moderate, and
I think
D12
it's
for
just to
expensive.
Read the whole book.
Oh,
every week.
dangling participles. Ollie says every week that you should read the book.
Thank you.
How's that?
Much better. Example. Oh God. equipment. Okay, yeah. Brass.
I've got rules corner with Josh, and I've got dictionary corner with Alex, and then Mikey's corner I try not to visit.
Just got a big no-go zone.
And Milo's corner is
whoa. Obscure trivia. No, obscure toys, and I don't think I've met anyone who knows more about Transformers and Power Rangers than Mikey so far.
Buffy lore.
And Buffy lore, yeah, I've heard that one as well. So.
Passable Blackadder.
Media trivia.
Yes.
Media trivia corner.
In season 1, what age was Cordelia Chase?
Oh. No, actually, it's all been 16, right? Well, I'm sure Charisma Carpenter was like 32.
I don't know. Either way, it's bad for Joss Whedon.
Either way, it's a bad place to be. Well, but hey, look, I get the best of both. The reboot's coming up, and he's not involved, so it's great. I get some Buffy that is Whedonless.
Yeah, you ethically sourced Buffy.
Exactly. Ethically cleansed. That's a really don't want to say that.
No, not the cleanse.
That's far too close to. Cool. I mean, as is the case, the equipment list is bonkers, and I can't really understand what on earth they're on about. But it's fine.
should we do these meetings before we do the shopping? Because
Yeah.
From Dragonbane.
Let's deal with the story before we look at the tables to see what stuff we want.
Yeah.
Tent large.
Maybe even leave that for between sessions. I don't know.
Maybe.
That's asking a lot. Reading.
I'll have a lot of questions. The city above, barely touched by the heart. This includes Upper Derelictus, where the stairs and lifts lead to Spire. Red Row. Okay.
Red Row.
Red Row.
All right, so Ambrosia, you sound like you're not going to want to go to your meeting yet. You're still
No. I stand.
You're perusing the markets.
No. Ambrosia's not a person of property, so just Mikey is a person of property. So I'll role play in this role playing game and inhabit the essence of the character. I hear that's quite a good thing
Don't
to
threaten
do.
me with a good time.
She has no real wants of physical objects. I'm just more curious how it works. And she is. Ambrosia has her thing. She hasn't really delved into it. Ambrosia actually, although she is of the hive, she since her succumbing to it has had problems connecting to the hive. I mean, it's not a fully established connection. So she is. It is not too much to give away. That is kind of her main desire in the heart is to actually properly connect to the hive, because she's kind of very base level, and she's something went very wrong when she became an Apiarist. So any information on the hive and connection is of desperate knowledge to her. So she is hungry to find out more. But there wasn't much specifics given in the letter, or is it to find? I'm expecting to find truth binds valleys here. So I can't remember if that was spelled out. Are they here, or they just said?
I think it gave directions to.
Okay, great.
To a place, and it was actually quite because you were part of this ministry, weren't you, Sue?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
I think you end up going to a kind of official building of the ministry.
Okay.
And do you take any other worthy Aelfir with you?
I don't know any.
Has Aramos not responded to your letter? Your correspondence?
So I just take, maybe I cut a chunk of that wall that had those Aelfirs, those faces scratched out. I'd be like, I brought one with me. Hello. No, she turns to Goshan, who, as we all know, is an Aelfir. Of course, we're all very
referenced his mask many times.
I mean, now I look at the picture is quite eerie. Yes, there's some big ears. Fantastic.
Reference, the picture is of an ordinator from Morrowind.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Are they
Not important.
Goshan, in my note I received to meet a connection with the hive, which is of utmost importance to me. They offered the opportunity to bring other trustworthy Aelfir, I believe, through our adventures together and sharing of D2 technology funds. You fulfill this role perfectly. If you would accompany me, it would be a great honor.
I'm flattered that you trust me so, Ambrosia. I only hope that my restraint from attempting to I indelicately investigate the technologies of your beekeeping kind will keep me in check.
Yes, well, it's still actually a very new technology to me, so anything you discover will also be of great interest. So I believe our intents are aligned, and I look to find more about these developments within the hive.
Splendid. Let's go and see what we can steal from the bee people.
Onwards!
Sure,
We go to where the letter tells us to go.
The conclave of the deep Apiarists won't be like a dangerous kind of situation. You know, I can pretty easily steal whatever they've got without any repercussions.
Here is your beekeeping suit.
So it's not actually the deep Apiarists. It's I mentioned it's more like an official council building, like the people who rule or attempt to rule on behalf of Spire.
In Derelictus.
Oh god, that's worse.
Yeah. So so I think you'll both be sort of fish out of water or bees out of
Honey.
In this situation. So you go into this this room and you expect to find your friend, but you just see an elderly drow woman sort of standing in the room, straight-backed, very official, potentially with you sense some sort of military background the way she holds herself, and also quite a lot of scars, and looks like they've had a hard life, maybe even a life in the city beneath.
There's inbuilt animosity between Aelfir and Drow, or is that just something I'm imagining, just from a natural fantasy kind of?
Oh, yes, there is. The Aelfir rule the Spire, and the Drow are their slaves.
Ah, yes. Well, I mean, I don't know about Goshan. For Ambrosia, obviously, she's more of a, more in the hive is more of a. She's not as stuck to these old rivalries, so she's not too perturbed by the presence of the Drow, but also she's more confused.
Nobody who is hanging out in the heart is.
Oh, it's more of a spirey thing, right? Because it's more that kind of.
Because Kael's a Drow, so you.
Of course. Yeah, of course.
You two personally don't have any issues.
Good.
No, you will play a racist.
All right then. Greetings. My name is Ambrosia-Quenches-Thirst. Wait, is it?
Yes.
Quenches-Agony. Quenches-Thirst, a much less exciting thing. Ambrosia, a nice sip of water. Ambrosia, Mountain Dew. And with me is my trusted Aelfir companion, Goshan. Demak Bell. First time I've read the surnames. That's a cool name. I like that. I was believed to meet with an old associate of mine, Truth Binds Valleys. I see they are not present in this room. Do you mean us harm, or can you help us in our mission to find more information about the hive?
She offers up placating hands when you mention threat. And she says, I apologize for the apparent subterfuge. I knew that a message from your friend was the only way to convince you to have a meeting. My name is Varine Tabray, and I shall copy-paste it into the text box.
Thank you. Most role-playing games have hard to spell names. This one particularly is insane.
She says, and while I'm here on behalf of the Aelfir Council, I'm sure you've noticed that I'm not one of them.
Well, yes.
In fact, I used to be one of the Vermissian Knights. I delved as you delved, but unfortunately I'm now sworn to service to the Council. So when I tell you this, note that I'm doing it from someone who knows what it's like to live in the city beneath. And she says, the letter mentioned that there was a way for you to develop the hive to a unique opportunity. Well, the council has gotten word that you and your party of delvers know the location of the Amaran zone. Don't waste your time trying to ask me how they know this. I am not at liberty to say.
Didn't enter my mind, not even for a second.
Your frown said otherwise, but perhaps I misjudged.
You can't see my frown is full of bees.
The beast. like Wally.
That's it.
She says, but the council have a proposition for you, considering that you probably are going to go to the Amaran zone anyway. They would like for you to find a way to close this wound, this thing that is causing the leaking of energy from the heart. The Office of Closure and Mitigations believe this is the sole cause of all the issues they've been having sealing up the Vermissian network. They've been at it for 50 years, and you've been down there, look at the place. But if you can stop whatever is creating the Amaran zone, then perhaps we can bring stability to the city beneath. And wouldn't that be something that we'd all want? And in return, of course, the council is happy to provide you with whatever reward that you seek. Vast fortunes, perhaps. A mansion in Derelictus. A haven for yourself in the city beneath. With prosperous trade. You could name your price.
I was... Oh, sorry.
Goshan's just started to quite irritably shake his head.
Be at ease, my friend. I was promised news on the development of the hive. I am starting to believe this was all a ruse, including the use of the name of my good and only surviving friend, Toothbines Valleys.
The only logical conclusion in this place is that all missives, all messages, all assignments are to be treated with the utmost distrust. This is no exception. He says that to Ambrosia, and then turns to this drow chappie, Varine Tabray. And he hasn't said that Goshan hasn't said anything or moved since Verine started talking, but now takes a step closer to them. Like, inclines his head just to the very minimum required for good manners and says, "Yes, I am known as Goshan Demak Bell. I am also known as Six with Eye Unblinking. And I have no interest in engaging with your offer, regardless of warnings, until you reveal how you or your employers knew of our alleged intelligences regarding the Amiran Zone before we had spoken of it to a living soul. Without greater clarity on that, I am afraid we have nothing more to say to one another."
When you revealed your name, you saw a almost imperceptible bit of surprise. Some raised eyebrows, quickly composed. And to your questions, she says, "All I can reveal is that they know that you found the Eastern Express and you left it alive. It's not concrete evidence, but it's a good hunch. If you happened to find the way to the Amiran Zone, as the only people who could have were the people who perished on that train, then you stand to be richly rewarded."
2 questions. The first, please confirm, as your statement has implied, that your employers knew that some kind of intelligence about the Amiran Zone was on that train, and that they knew that the train's inhabitants had been killed. That's question 1. Question 2. Oh, what question 2 is supposed to be?
You can ask my question again if you want. I'm yet to receive an answer.
Oh, yeah. Question 2. If you and your employers are so powerful to know all of these things before you even send us a letter, why are we alive? Why not kill us now and take whatever information we supposedly have?
So to answer your first question, I am not at liberty to say. To answer your second question, I am also not at liberty to put words in the mouth of my masters. But at a guess, I'd say that if you are competent enough to reach the Eastern Express, they think you may be competent enough to reach the Amiran Zone. And you know these bastards, I know these bastards. They don't care if we live or die. So why not use us to shoot their shot? But if it were me, I would take the risk and do one last delve and never again.
Well, I will ask you one more time. I came here specifically with knowledge, seeking knowledge around the hive. Was this part of the rules to lure us here as well? Do you have anything to share about the knowledge of the hive?
On your journey to the Amiran Zone, I can give you directions to a place known as the Ink Hive. Perhaps you've heard of it, where several deep Apiarists currently reside and labour. if you manage to stop the Emerald Zone from existing, then the council will give enough funding to the deep Apiarists that they can spread their research all over the heart.
I care not for them spreading the knowledge, only for me to accumulate it for myself. Your offer is severely lacking. There is no fortune or wealth you could possibly offer me that would be more important than finding the very essence of the heart, which would require us to descend through the wound in the Emerald Zone. But thank you for telling me of the Ink Heart location. I will find my own way there. And to you, you trickster, you deceiver, you non-knowledgeable creature, I say, buzz off. She turns and leaves dramatically.
I have 2 further questions.
It's
I'm
devastating.
leaving.
You're devastated right now. Look, we need to let Hodge have his meeting in the last 15
I need
minutes.
to, in fairness, I probably need Kael, so I don't mind starting with mine.
Oh, but
Kael.
I actually, interestingly enough, the meeting was not going to have Kael in the room with you.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Sorry.
Yeah.
Let them ask that. They can ask that
But
question.
I did check with him if he was okay with me revealing stuff about his stuff. Without his character being in the room, but he said yes, so.
My 2 remaining questions will be very quick. Question the first. What happens if we say no? What will your employers do?
Be not afraid, we can take
The bastards, as you call them.
She looks at you with a knowing look in her eye, as if to say, do you really not know how this works?
Okay.
She says you must know out of anybody here. The Aelfir Council always get what they want, one way or another. Better to profit off it.
The great rewards we receive from the heart itself will provide us with the strength and ability to resist any of their cruelty.
But if you have D2 technology...
I have D0 technology, thank you very much. And I'll be absolutely fine.
Okay, and the last question, Goshan?
Why did you flicker at the hearing my name? And he stares directly into this person's eyes as he says that, studying every single micro expression.
That will have to be the second roll of the session, please.
Domains?
Gosh, I imagine Haven is one, at least. And it's probably not going to be one of the ones you have. What do you have, like, technology?
Yeah, I haven't got that one. Say no more.
It won't be technology. It will be...
I've got occult and technology.
It won't be one of those.
Okay. So it's just 2 dice then.
Oof. Nice. All right, so... Discern is a weird one because you have to gain the knowledge through her facial expressions. I guess. I
don't make the skills.
I mean, you should have done like the whatever the persuade one is, but do you have the same dice in that?
No. No, I have a dice in discern that I don't have in compel.
All right.
I'll re-roll it in compel if you want to.
Well, I think with the discern, you may not get much info out of her. You may just find like, oh, she's clearly lying, but you don't know what she's lying about.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I'll go for broke. I'll try the weak skill.
Okie doke. Oh. Wow.
Dog.
No guts, no glory. All right, critical success on the what is it called? The persuade roll, child action.
Compel.
Compelle. All right, so you got a crit on the compelle. You ask about why she was suspicious of your. Well, she reacted to your name, and her sort of composure breaks a little bit as she sort of looks incredulously at you, and she says, "You don't know the power of your own family, your own clan name?" I'm surprised that. Honestly, it caught me by surprise to know that one of you were down there at all. I thought you were all puppeteers pulling the strings from atop the spire.
Since when?
Since I've ever been alive.
And just exactly how long have you been in the city?
I'm 13 years old. No, I don't know. I mean, Drows probably live a decent amount of time as well. I'd say she'd be like, bleh, 90 years.
And so the relevant fact is how long she's been away from the spire. Because what I'm trying to get at is whether this is evidence that my family has had a resurgence since it was wiped out and I went to the Heart, or whether, you know, she just remembers being in the spire in the period before about 40 years ago when I went to the Heart. It's about, I think I said it was about 40 years ago that the calamity that befell House Bell.
Yep. Well, I think so when she says clan, I think she means the clan, like the I clan, with I in their names. So it could be, so it'd be like your family, and then it'll be probably a few other families as well.
Yeah. That is the fact that I missed out on. So that's what she's referring to. Okay.
So it doesn't really narrow it down, but there'll be a lot of like controlling families, but those ones are up there, it seems.
Yes. How is Uncle Brightness? Compel! No, I won't bother compelling on that one. So if a roll-less thing achieves nothing, then it achieves.
I think you would know as an Aelfir, you know that like these are like the servants, right? The Drow wouldn't know.
Yeah. He does.
They
knows
never
what he's been.
They never see him face to face, would they, or anything like that? Cool. Well, let's quickly. I'll introduce the Soshar meeting, and then maybe we can cliffhanger it for Kael to come back, and then we could quickly tie up some beats. But Soshar, you head to a much less fancy location down one of the platforms where your instructions have led you to meet your handler. And in a shadowy alleyway, you meet the Aelfir, the large coat. Suspicious looking fella.
Say that, but never mind.
And he says, Soshar, you Made good time getting here.
You told me to come. I came.
I love Soshar. I love Soshar so much.
So that what makes you a good hound. Soshar, you follow orders. Did you bring the heretic with you as well?
He is here, yes. Again, you told me to.
Well, that's good. That's good. I'm glad you didn't get him killed. Or he got you killed in all this time.
It has been trying.
He says, so, when we first met, you were indebted to the church. Is that so?
That is not the wording I would use, but sure, I'm sure the church would phrase it that way.
Well, it
Forced is the word I would use.
Well, let's not split hairs. You are doing...
I've got plenty of those to split.
Could you please listen to my conversation? What I have to say. He says, while you've been gone for quite some time, I should say, down there in the city beneath, some things have changed up here. Things have been set in motion. Your indentured. What am I trying to say, Alex?
Indentured?
Indenture, it's fine.
Indenture. Your indenture has swapped hands to a higher bidder.
What of my family?
Oh, that has all been swapped hands as well as collateral to make sure that you do what is asked of you.
Are they still safe?
They are still safe. And ready for when you complete this final order. But this does not come from the church. This comes from the ministry of our hidden mistress. And sidebar, secret society of freedom fighting Drow. Think like Bugalet, that guy and his cronies. Quite violent.
Tor Guerrera.
Yeah, exactly him. And he says, and the ministry want one thing from you. They want you to bring the heretic to what is known as the Amaran Zone. They want you to bring him there alive. Do whatever it is that you need to do to convince him. Tell him that the goddess will forgive his sins if he reaches the zone. I don't care.
I'm going to use those exact words later on.
We not tell Milo this, by the way. Wait.
I'm going to say in the driest way possible to him. I had a vision from your goddess. She said you'll be forgiven.
He says the ministry want you to put an end to whatever violent energies are coming from that zone.
How is he going to stop that?
It is above my pay grade, Soshar, unfortunately, and it's definitely above yours. Your job is to get him there. That is all we know.
And if he doesn't make it alive?
Then you better make sure that you finish what he started. Or you won't see your family again.
He'll get there alive.
Good. Good. Now, cheer up. I'm sure you've been waiting for a good drink for a long time. Go and enjoy the spoils of Derelictus. And,
Are you
head on
paying?
down and... Pardon?
Are you paying?
We cannot be seen together, Soshar, but here's some coin.
He'll definitely pocket that. And will buy drink.
Not too proud.
He's absolutely going to buy a drink later on.
All right. Do you have any questions at this juncture? We can always jump back in next week to the...
Yeah, I'll jump back in with him next time. Soshar doesn't really have too many. He's been given his orders. Fine. Doesn't like it, but Soshar's not one for questioning it too far.
All right, nice. Well, let's do beat minute.
Beep.
I think, if my calculations are correct, Mikey and Hodge have scored beats.
Yes, thank you, sir.
Yes, I have.
Nice.
Right.
What were those?
Receive orders from your masters.
Hey.
Mine was turned down a fortune. But luckily, it was a very easy choice to make. 'Cause it's interesting, right? 'Cause I mean, coming from a untrustworthy source, offering not any more than the promise of the heart itself could offer. But I like there's some shadowy behind the scenes figures watching and imperiling us. That's always exciting. So I was glad to make contact with some kind of antagonistic force. Certainly adds a bit of extra threat to there. For all of Ambrosia's blustering, it is of course worrisome that they're so followed and so known about, and it might make the trip down to the Amron Zone and the heart itself a lot harder. But that's where we got to go. So yeah, quite an easy refusal, but still an impactful one, I think.
I think with us refusing to be the council's agents, they've been trying to close the Amiran Zone for 15 years. They failed. But there's not been anyone trying to get in it in that time. Whereas they reckon that we are trying to get in it.
Yeah, it's unclear when they've learnt about the Amron Zone. It was definitely written about in the letters from the Black Khazern. So somebody must have known about it. If those letters... well, actually, those were the letters from the Gwyn Ardassi, weren't they? So maybe they didn't even get sent. So who knows?
Yeah, I'm deeply distrustful of where the Detrimentus Council are getting their information about everything. But we said no, right? We didn't agree to.
No, absolutely not.
Be there.
Pretty clearly put a line in the sand that's antagonistic.
Yeah.
So that is risky, of course. There
I
wasn't.
have to assume that their other minions might be going after the zone as well.
Soshar and Kael, it sounds like.
Because yes, there was surely a route of potentially bluffing and saying, "Oh yeah, we'll do that. Sounds great. Yeah, we'll do that." And then obviously we could get there and do it. But no.
Yeah, but Mikey turned down a fortune, so.
No, also because of role-playing reasons that were that
Yes.
was a bad deal.
A suspect deal, certainly.
Yes.
The unlimitedness of the rewards on offer were, suspect.
I like that in the description it says they offer something desirable but wholly mundane to contrast with the impossible desires offered by the heart.
There you go. So,
So kind of the way that you refused a fortune, which you may not have done without the beat, but
Well, I'd like to think. No, I'd have probably been sneaky. I'd have probably said, "Oh yeah, we'll do that. Give us all the stuff along the way," and then last minute fuck them over. That would have been probably.
oh yes, I'm well aware that's your playbook.
This scene made sense. But I didn't feel like Ambrosia was out of character.
No, I think the pride there was on show. Yeah,
Indeed.
yes.
I attempted to gain access to knowledge that someone tried to conceal, but I don't think I did.
Oh,
Not really.
when was
like-
that?
Well, when we were talking to Verine, trying to kind of like
Oh,
kind of press them for information about what they know about my name and the details of the deal, and how they knew that we knew about the Amiran zone. And I did kind of get them to give up a bit more, but not like. Just letting you know I was trying.
Was that as a minor though, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think you could have that then, because that just sounds to me like, yeah, that's literally just someone was hiding information. You rolled a 10 to get it.
I didn't want to just say, well, I rolled a crit.
Yeah.
It's more that like Goshan was very suspicious of the like very deliberately like engineered limited information we were given, and was quite hostile to it and pressed them for information and did get some.
Yep. Nice. Full house. Full sweep.
Beats all around.
Beats all around. If you could get me your new beats by the end of the week, end of Friday, that would be helpful for my planning.
Lovely.
Alex needs to pick two whole beats.
Holy shit.
That's fourth in a row. Fourth beat in a row, lads.
I know. You must be so OP by now.
Well, I actually haven't picked the minor that I got last week, so I've now got 2 minors to pick before next week, which is quite exciting actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now I need to throw you into some delves to see all your new cool stuff that you can do to signal box cultists.
Yeah, I will say most of the junk mage stuff is not terribly like kill the bad guys, so I don't rely on me for being an OP fighter of any kind.
Fireball?
I totally don't understand the major abilities. What's up with the adapted versions of them at the end? Why is it like in? It's like minor.
You can spend
When
minors to get that bonus.
You can, if you get a minor, you can enhance.
You now unlock those minors. So once you've picked the major, you unlock the ability to pick those minors, which you couldn't previously.
So I could have been using minors on my. Okay, cool.
Yeah, they're like tweaked, improved versions of the ability.
Yeah.
Cool.
Like many skill trees.
Love
That
it.
was a well cool RP sesh. I'm conscious that I got more opportunities than others for the first half at least, but it was great.
Yeah. Off with a bang. Chapter 3.
Have we killed anything in like a month? Gotta be the longest no-kill fly you've ever had, surely.
Yeah.
I guess Soshar's going to need to change that.
Yeah.
I have got too many kill-related skills to be going the pacifist route here.
And a broken rifle.
Which is working out quite well at beating people up, though, at the same time. But I'm happy to get it fixed. But combined with staring people to death and beating them with my broken rifle, it's going pretty well.
I mean, you can still beat people with a not broken rifle.
That would be even better, to be fair.
Yeah. Get a fully operational rifle and a stick.
Oh, fuck.
Don't get your stick, Lieutenant.
Oh, yes.
Wouldn't want to go in after a machine gun
I
with
think
that.
next time I will get the rifle fixed then.
Yeah. Remind me next time, and I'll repair it for you.
You'll need to remind me too, but yeah.
I'll remind you to remind me to repair it for you.
Cool. We can do that. That works.
All right, guys.
Just one quick reminder with beats. Sorry, do we have to have a major and a minor? Can we have 2 minors?
You can have whatever you want, mate.
Great, lovely.
You can have whatever you want.
Cool beans.
Apart
Cool
from
beans.
a zenith.
No Zenith.
Ow.
Not yet.
How do you get a Zenith one?
What's one way?
I think you basically get told to take one.
Yeah.
It works in the adventure, but in this, you can basically pick one, and then that will be like the end of your character, basically.
Oh yeah, because they all just result in your character going away, don't they?
Yeah. So if you wanted to cash out, then you would pick a zenith beat. But I think there's some ways they're going to do it in this adventure. So, yeah, if you let me know, actually, it's useful for you to let me know which Zenith abilities you like the look of.
I think I did that at some point.
Yeah.
I can't remember where I've done it. Maybe in our chat. Let me check out.
Both of mine are, for the Forced, are fairly similar, is my interpretation of them. Option 1, end the control your master has over you. Option 2, take bloody revenge on your master. I feel like Soshar's way, it doesn't matter which one of those two I pick, we're doing the same way.
Yeah. It's the stick or the rifle is basically your options.
Or the eyes. Don't forget the eyes.
Nice have it.
Alright, guys. I'm Oski.
Amazing. Thanks, OP.
Lovely stuff.
worries.
Very fun.
Thank you very much.
Cheers,
Have a great
everyone.
night, guys.
Cheers, bye.
Have a great